At the end of a long passageway, after days spent clearing away dangerous rockfalls, the duo came upon a chamber. In it, they found a small stone tomb, too small to contain human remains. I found a square. Okay. Line it up. So, it's hard to say if that's going to be in the mansion or somewhere else. Found it. A portrait of some dead lord eyes me suspiciously as I enter the room and start absent-mindedly opening drawers. The room is cold and austere, and I am about to leave when I spot a crate under the chest of drawers. This could be something. Ooh. Ooh. That's nice. Is this the triple goddess? It's giving me either triple goddess or Egyptian vibes. Not sure about this fog lately. It's an eerie atmosphere out there, especially with those damn ravens back again. It's usually fierce black dogs I have to worry about, not big black birds. Hey, better off inside, I reckon. You'll be fine, it's just a bird. The triangle has intrigued me ever since I first heard about it as a young boy. What caused the pine trees to grow like that? Did someone plant them? I know you at least have heard of it, but did you know this? I calculated the exact center point and there's a small clearing there. It can't be a coincidence. What's more, there is a certain energy about it, not entirely welcoming either. I wonder if you might take a look for yourself. Thomas Pope and Hamish. The triangle. What? Let's see. Oh, wait, there's a triangle right there. Sure enough, as I approach the center of the curious triangular coops at the heart of Heath Wood, I come across a clearing. A tree that has been split in two stands in the center. Sunlight breaks through and I take a deep breath of cleansing pine and earth. Almost immediately, I am struck by a sense of ominous power. My intuition tells me that there is something unusual here at the heart of the wood. I examine the broken tree and notice some strange markings carved into the trunk. Heart beating faster, I spot something else embedded in the wood. Three pendants arranged in a triangle shape. Alright. God, I have so many pendants now. Alright. Well. Can I put these closer to these? Oh, but that's a drawer. Let's put the illegal looking stuff in here. There, hidden. I need more pendant space apparently.
It has been many years since I've performed the rite of the Red Knives, but I can still remember every step.
This seems like a sus ritual.
I'd do it one more time before I die if I could only get my hands on an Orford spire. I tried that place in Arnside and they sent me here.
Orford Spire. During the Rite of the Red Knives, an Orford Spire is fully submerged in goat's blood for 9 days and 9 nights. And for performed correctly, the rite is said to impart vitality and clarity of thought, although perhaps not for the goat. This thing is already covered in blood. Energy about it. Blood. Blood and vitality is the big thing. Is there a symbol for vitality then? Let's see. Weather doesn't look like it, because that's the end. Yeah, I might just give that weird looking hand thing a try. It's already covered in blood. Yeah, it's already covered in blood. Two of the points of the item are visible in the sketch. Closer inspection reveals dried blood, suggesting this item has been submerged in blood. That don't look anything like the sketch. Oh, it's already submerged. See, I figured this container was what the Orford Spire could be. But no, it's sticking out of what it's doing. It's our boss.
I need to go away for a few days again. The Order of the Black Veil will have the information I'm looking for. They seek to understand the world beyond death, drinking an elixir that sinks them into a deep trance. If I'm right, they may be able to shed some light on these events. The only problem is, I burned that bridge long ago. Could you hand me that guise of Lillian? It won't be the first time I've used one to get around their hatred of me.
Guise of Lillian. These items can allow the bearer to pass unrecognized. If used for any length of time, the wielder can begin to lose their sense of self. The remains of bygone creatures have been used in thaumaturgy for centuries, from petrified teeth and bones to trilobites, anemones, and devil's toenails. A guise of Lillian is one such item that makes use of this ancient source of power. Oh, I wonder if it's this little guy. Like my hands belong to somebody else. Also, this little guy, a fossilized creature. An ammonite fossil embedded to it. Closer inspection reveals it produces an out-of-body feeling. Pet. New person. Hello?
Oh, is that a cat? My eyes may have completely gone now, but it's good to know I still have my cat senses. Ah, she's a cat person. I do hope I'm in the right place. My daughter told me about a shop that specializes in unusual items. My life's joy has always been painting. Without that in my life, I'm afraid I'm at a bit of a loss. I know that I will never see again, but is there anything in your collection that might help me paint again? I feel a little foolish for asking. It seems such a small thing, but to me it means everything.
Okay. An Ares remnant. Objects induce a form of synesthesia. Colors and tones, light and shadow, can be felt through touch. Sometimes used by those who work in low-light conditions, such as miners. Gemstones in an Ares remnant arranged in the shape of the constellation that shares its name. Oh, that's this, I'm pretty sure. I think I spelled Ares wrong. I think it's... Yeah, that's right. Okay. So, Ares Remnant is a possibility. Spirit Eye. Okay, let's see. Okay, Spirit Eye. Spirit Eye. There are some who stay away from spirit eyes, believing them to be a window into a world that should not be seen, and others who deride their fear as nothing more than superstition. It is not clear exactly what they do show. Another layer beneath the visible world, perhaps? A layer that requires something more than traditional senses to experience. They draw their power from the opposing symbols inscribed upon them. Opposing symbols. Like maybe hot and cold? dark green gemstone. Could be malachite, which is a stone of sight. Back. Yeah, there's only two. It's that one and jade. Yeah, fourth eye is stone of sight. So it all depends what we want her to experience. What do we think could help her? That doesn't really tell me what a spirit eye does. Like, so stay away, believing them to be a window into a world that should not be seen. Not clear exactly what they do show. Another layer beneath the visible world? Layers that require something more than traditional senses to experience. So because she's blind, she might see weird shit. Whereas if we go with an Aries remnant, choose a form, can be felt through touch. Colors and tones, light and shadow, can be felt through touch. That feels like something that would help her paint. She could be like, she could like touch and be like, oh, that's red, and touch a different one and be like, oh, that's purple. I feel like that would help her more. Gemstones are arranged in the Aries constellation. Yeah, this is confirmed now. You are an Aries remnant.
Those ravens have done for 3 more poor buggers. 2 of them caught up at Calgareth and another fella, a fisherman. People are getting a bit panicky around here. Nothing natural about folk turning up with eyes all black like that. And now this fog, too. The night's drawn in and me working late. I refuse to walk down Hallbrook Road without so much as a lantern. I had something nice and bright in mind.
Sunbond. A sunbond is small and lightweight, designed to be carried discreetly, and made of a non-precious metal of some kind, housing a gemstone of light. They carry the warmth and the light of the sun, a brightness that can pierce the darkest gloom. Okay. Gemstone of light. Let's see. Gemstone of light. The sunstone. Okay, so amber. Amber's a good one. So amber. Sick. And tick. That's moon. Tick. Tick. Night. Yeah. Pretty sure that would be the only thing. It's diurnic. There's iolite, but that's calming. So yeah, amber. We're looking for something with amber, I'm pretty sure. I got a few pieces with amber in it. Orange gemstone. Bronze. Warmer than I would expect. So that has a piece of amber in it. That does as well. This one is also warm. But sounds are muffled around this one. This one's about even with that one. Get this plant out of my way. This one's actually a little lighter than that one. Yeah, it said this one feels warm. We only have the two with amber in them. That's a blue stone, that's a green stone. Yes, I'm going to give him the plant. Okay, this plant is going down here. I think this is a sun bond. Item has an amber gemstone, a stone of light, made of bronze, a non-precious metal. Closer inspection reveals it is strangely warm. Oh, another new person. I feel like I've seen that name before, though. Bend your ear to the trees. Hold your palm out to the wind. The ravens can feel it. Can you? Something is stirring. I will need a Holgan Grim in the coming days. Holgan Grim. These eerie creations are worn by priests of Holgar in various rituals relating to death in the afterlife. The sacrament to ask for his protection, Wolfsong's truth to seek his judgment, Path of the Warrior to help the dead find their way. Yeah, that all goes. Rituals relating to death and the afterlife. This has 1,000,001 symbols on it. The symbol for death has like this hook on it. You know, thank you so much for the stretch. Oh. Okay. Let's see. That has protection and insanity. When it shakes, it rattles. Or it could be something related to gemstones instead of... Sacrament ask for its protection will sounds truth. Hey there, Stove, thank you so much for the good lucks. How goes your day? What are you up to today? This doesn't have symbols of death. Alright, I put the illegal stuff in there. Naya's yelling at you. Oh, she just wants attention. Unless it's this sense of foreboding. It's like when we look at the book, it kind of looks like he's wearing a mask and it has horns on it. In the bathroom and gonna do some voice training. So wait, did you have today off? Or has it been an easy day for you? Dark blue-green gemstone. That's the wrong one. Dark blue-green. A stone of death and decay grows on iron coffins and waterlogged corpses. Okay, yeah. You worked and was pretty chill. Doing more domestic tasks during the weeks and shine you struggle with completing stuff on the weekend. You know what? Fair. I don't blame you. Like, the weekend is there to, like, chill. So, you know. You're successful with IVF, probably going to fall to you to do most of the domestic stuff. Oh, okay. Wait, I didn't realize there's a sketch of Holgar. Your brain anyway. The game has been cool so far. Like, it does remind, like, it is done by these people who did a game I did before, Strange Horticulture, and it's basically the same vibe. This, like, creepy shop where you need to identify what you're selling and give people what they're asking for, and it's this nice, chill, spooky vibe. And then, you know, it's got the puzzle elements to it and be like, is it this? Do I think it's this? Exactly. And there's a cat. Like, come on. Best thing about the game. Kitty cat. Ah, there's a picture of Holgar. I totally forgot about it. Yes, you can pet the cat. Pet. Inside was the reason they had toiled so hard, a small black casket. A very valuable small black casket. They knew enough not to open it, but perhaps too little to fully understand the danger it posed. Oh, stairs. Up the stairs, left then left again. Second on the right is where I spend each night. That's definitely in the castle. We got jump scared by the ad? Oh no. Okay. Up the stairs. Left, then left again. It might be these stairs. Left, then left again. Second on the right is where I spend each night. The bedroom looks like it hasn't been used for some time. A thin layer of dust coats the furnishings and cobwebs decorate every corner. Pulling back the thin curtains lets some light in, but more importantly, they reveal a macabre item that has been hiding on the windowsill all this time. That looks like some demon finger bullshit. Can I put it? It's in the illegal cupboard. This is the illegal cupboard. I don't like this cupboard. This is gonna go down here for more room. These are all kind of moon themed. I kind of like those being together. Alright, the ad should be done now, Ditto. No more jump scares. Elena Appleton. I can never get any peace in my house. When am I to find time to do my writing? I've tried beeswax, but that makes my ears sore, and besides, I can still hear the shouting and banging at all hours. I heard you might be able to help me. St. John's Anvil. These items have much in common with the St. John's poppy plant of the same name, a fact that is reflected in their designs. They have quite different uses, however. Whereas the plant helps to overcome deafness, an anvil will dampen the sound. They can even be tuned to filter out certain noises, but allow others to be heard still. I'm pretty sure I know exactly, it's this one. Like, the leaves are exactly the same, and it's all like... Yeah. Like, I haven't even given it to her. I'm so sure that this is the right one. I've looked at this thing so many times. The leaves in the design are similar to the leaves in the sketch of the plant. Closer inspection reveals that it does indeed muffle sounds. That's wrong. That was a grace? Grace? A pendant to dispel melancholy. Hello, Gia Roses. How have you been? It's been a while. What are you up to today? Share the design of a shadow catcher. We found one of those, right? Yeah, a shadow hold. So yeah, this design. So I wonder if that's this, because it's a similar design. Yeah, I think that's this. Grays. Because I saw this and was all like, how's this not the shadow catcher? And now we pet the cat so that we don't scare the cat. Baron Potter!
You must be the thaumaturgy's apprentice. I bet he's a hard man to work under. He's helped me out more than once in the past, though. And speaking of the past, my eye has been aching again lately. That can't be a good sign. I'd be willing to make a fair trade for an Elva stone if you have one.
Harry in the future, he changed his name. Elva stones can be used to relieve the discomfort caused by otherwise incurable ailments such as Baraxis or burning blood. The planetary metal used in these items is associated with the Selenic discipline, a connection that is also reflected in their design. Okay. Planetary metal for the moon. Planetary metal for the moon. Is that silver? Planetary metal. Yeah, silver. Okay, find something made out of silver. Metal using these. Reflected in their design. So, silver. Ooh, maybe this? It's silver and stone. Ethereal quality to it. Okay, that's made out of silver. This has a pink gemstone. It's bronze and stone, so not that. That's made out of wood. That doesn't, that's tin. I was gonna say that doesn't look silver. Iron. That's not silver. That doesn't have a moon motif. Not that much longer, but your vocal cords get tired. Vocal folds. Oh my gosh, I can speak, I promise. Stove, have you found it's gotten easier though? Like you don't get as tired as when you first started? I think the reason the ad scared you is because you have stream in the background while you game? Oh, probably. You just hear this like chill music and just all of a sudden, I don't know what your ad could have been, but it was probably a lot louder than the game. You find it has gotten easier? Nice. This looks bronze, gold. It's weak, a bigger jump in skill, so it's a lot. Okay. Stone and gold, not that. That's stone. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards the statue over here. Did you get a Subway ad? That one was probably loud, but yeah, definitely not as chill. And still had the super loud one about Marathon, the hit shooter game. I don't know. Ooh. Well, hello. I'm pretty sure even some people I know who are like, who do kind of do shooters like Valorant and Overwatch have no interest in Marathon. You know what? These are bottles. Put that with that. This has a moon theme. Let's put it over here. These are all moon themed. Put you there. This weird thing can go here. Gold. Verona Green again. I've been doing some reading. See what you make of this. Pretty saturated space. The shooter game space, you mean? Gotta beat out Call of Duty and Battlefield and Valorant and stuff. Yeah, that's the thing. There are so many of them. And like, I do think there have been some other new ones that have come out. Yeah, Counter-Strike. There's also Counter-Strike. I think Deadlock might also be in the shooter category. Well, there is a Counter-Strike 2. That one might be a little newer since, you know, number 2. PvP shooter games make you angry? Fair, Ditto. Fair. I'm pretty sure that's just any PvP game, you know? Like... Definitely in Dead by Daylight, there's a few sweats depending on the time you're on at, so... It's not just shooters, it's just any PvP. Still retired from PvP shooters unless you're playing with friends and mucking about. Fair. Yeah. That's my opinion with just any like PvP game. Like I'd rather play it with friends just to try and keep it less serious. Counter-Strike 2 was 2012 and it's still that popular? What the heck? Still remains top of the most played on Steam. That fisherman they found yesterday had been up at Wyatt Beck, so I'm going to see if I can find anything out there. Here I go again, sticking my nose into trouble because I don't seem to be able to listen to that part of me that says, go put the kettle on and let someone else deal with it for a change. It's bloody-minded arrogance to follow that thought up with, but there isn't anyone else, but here we are, and here I am. They do it all wrong anyway. FPS games at this point turned into play 6 hours a day, open your loot boxes to keep up with everyone else. Oof. That sounds rough. I'm really glad I never got into FPS games then. I'm really glad. That too, Ferris is mentioning the motion sickness. You know, there's also that. Okay. Items cause mental fog, withering of intellect and thought, slow to work, requiring several hours to have any effect. Through prolonged use, they can cause the whites of the eyes to turn black, and the subject to become deeply disoriented. They produce a noctic field. I'm pretty sure that's what... Still don't know how to do that. I have been wearing a pendant that I found in the library, and it does something to me. Why are you wearing random shit? Gives me an appetite for reading that I cannot control. I was lost in the library for 3 days without eating or sleeping before I managed to take the pendant off and escape. It is rather pretty, though. Someone told me I need a Cussack purifier and that this is the place to get one. Give me that pendant. That sounds like a good pendant. Of all the games that require quick, twitchy movements and first-person shooters would be right at the top of the list. Yeah. No, I'm just glad I'm not into it for, you know, many reasons. Motion sickness, the sweatiness, like... Yeah. Cussack Purifier, a small topaz gemstone known as the Eye, is placed in a strong-smelling liquid, usually some potent barley, spirit, or vinegar. Small tokens such as rings or amulets, perhaps, submerged in the liquid and left for a full cycle of the moon, are cleansed of simple imbued curses or hexes. Of course, there is a limit to the effectiveness of this process. I don't think the pink would be topaz. That looks like a moonstone. Yeah, topaz is like a pale yellow. Yeah. I don't think I have any topaz. Because this is a multiple different gemstones, so it's not that. I think it's one of the silicates that can be anything depending on what is nearby when it forms. Very nice. It shakes, it rattles. Oh, it might be this, because it has a strong odor, and it might have a gemstone in it. I'm guessing if Corundum is nearby, it'll give rubies and sapphires a certain color? Is that what you're saying, Stove? Can I see what that... It's a cross symbol. Oh. Vinegar. That's the symbol for vinegar. Wait. Yes, this is vinegar. So it's this. Corundum is the mineral name for rubies and sapphires. Both are corundum, just depends on the impurities in the stone. Oh, okay. Yeah, I definitely didn't know that. I'm pretty sure most of us just know sapphire and ruby. Simone Green! I've been working on something that you might find interesting. Did you know that nobody knows who built strange antiques? It's very old, perhaps the oldest building in Undermere, according to some accounts. Even Eli doesn't know all of its secrets. I've been decoding a journal that he found. It's slow work, but I've made a bit of a breakthrough recently. Have you discovered the plinths below the counter? I have learned that they can be used to access the shop's hidden depths. And this journal holds some of the keys. There's something I discovered late last night. See what you make of it. Yeah, ditto. If you want to know anything about, rocks and minerals and all that, Stove is the person to ask. She knows all about that. Orange Shackle, Evocant, and then a moon something. Writing is dense and spidery, so it's not always easy to decipher. I think they kind of all have to do with protection, though. Okay. Hold on, let's... Because that's the symbol for protection, if I remember correctly. No. Yeah, it's this, which I'm pretty sure is the symbol for protection. Yeah, that's a symbol for protection. Orange Shackle. Change. Demons. Ruth. That's not really protection, though. Moon something. A Moonstone Guardian? For the banishment of Hobbs' fear and Noctic sight tend to take the form of a comforting guardian. That doesn't really give me anything. A comforting guardian. That has a pink stone on it. Stone of Protection and Enveloping Night. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this has a moonstone on it. Pinkish gemstone. And it has the symbol of the triple goddess. That has the symbol of the triple goddess. I don't... Anything mention the triple goddess? Take the form of a comforting guardian. Sense of being watched. Yeah, I just need to figure out what a moonstone, what the moon thing is. Hobbs, fear, and Noctic sight. I don't know if this is something I can do right away. I feel like whenever I get them, I can usually do them right away. But I just don't know what it could be. Okay, does anything else reference the moon? Because it could mean Husic Purifier, Selenic Totem. We'll try the Husic Purifier. No. Ah, there we go. I feel like all of those need to be put together. Where do I want to put this then? I'm pretty sure, actually, these go down here, don't they? I'm still missing one, because there's 4 empty spots. GM Wolf.
After years of working in a thundering mill, I'm afraid I'm quite deaf now. I've tried St. John's Poppy, but I'm looking for a more permanent solution. It would be nice to be able to hear my niece's laughter.
Hearing charm, I got you. Light, colored in the light. Clouds over after a short period in total darkness. Interesting. Oh, this is confirmed. So red for you. I want into the secret stash. At camp that night, one of the pair had awoken with pain in his left eye. He was alert to the threat at once, recognizing two things at the same time. One, a part of his mind was not his own, and two, the casket wanted to be opened. Are we making a gesture this time? Nope, just a lady pointing. The maiden in the tower points the way. I am buried among the trees. The maiden in the tower. The maiden in the tower. I need to check that out too. There's this writing here: Mars and winter, rising in summer. Anyways, maiden in the tower. Okay. Farm, Toy Georgia. Lock house, boatyard. Museum of History, Spoken Word, Keystone Manor, Market Square, Hall. Mary Bell? That's a docks. The Maiden in the Tower. I am buried among the trees. Okay, maybe it's not the castle, because we don't really have... Because this is stacked on top of each other. Courtyard might have trees. Not that. Right. The maiden in the tower points the way. I am buried among trees. There isn't really any other trees here. Maiden in the tower. Can't be that. We've already done something in the wood. What? Maiden in the tower. It's the way. Where is that manor? Keystone Manor is 13. Don't think it's the though. Yeah, I don't. I don't really know what this one could mean. There we go. Find what I'm looking for in a small cavity carved into a sturdy oak tree. I look around half expecting to see someone, but there is nobody there. I take my prize and leave, feeling my mood lifted by the smell of damp moss and the gentle rush of wind through the treetops. That's a statue of all time. That's a statue. we got it, but it's like I knew I needed to look at trees, but it's like couldn't tell where to start, you know? I walked up the back a mile or so in the cold and wet yesterday and found a section with a handful of dead fish floating in it, belly up and black, and they were. I'm not sure what to make of it, but I don't like it. I'm on my way to Calgarth Hall now. I spoke to Dr. Robertson earlier, and she said the 2 women they found there are still in the same state as the others, in a trance and eyes all black. Before I go, Anna Brandt asked me to drop this off. When we were kids, we used to explore an abandoned house on the lakefront. We take a boat out to the northern tip of Naylor Island and row across from there. You know the one I'm talking about. Second from the left in the row of 4. I found myself outside its door 3 days ago, and I went inside for old time's sake. I wish I hadn't. It always had an ominous feel to it. It has taken me the last 3 days to summon the courage to write this letter, but I think it's better you see for yourself what's out there. Okay, when we were kids, we used to explore an abandoned house on the lakefront. Take a boat out to the northern tip of Naylor Island and row across from there. I don't know exactly what I was expecting to find. Anna's letter was quite vague after all, but I certainly wasn't prepared for this. In an alcove of the house, peering out through loose mortar and crumbling brick, is a macabre shrine of sorts. The skull of a stag is mounted above the opening, its antlers smeared with a dark red substance, and large melted candles pool out onto the wooden floor on either side. In the center of the altar, there is a small iron chest, rusted and fused to the floor. It's clear that it has been here for a long time. I do not see any hinge or keyhole or any way of opening it at all. But after a while, I notice an inscription that simply says, "I open to the voice." I open to the voice. Nothing about voice. Open to the voice. Stone of containment, stone of water, stone of dark purposes, peace and safety, earth and nature, body and mind, stone of sight, fiction. Fury. Some of fear, some are seduced by it. Stone of strength. Nope. I open to the voice. Too far. The mind of the body. Day. Side fortune. Hypnosis. Life paralysis poison. Affection, strength, truth. This wisdom. Laments. Open to the voice. Could mean truth, which is an evocant. I open to the voice. Resonance compass, resonate. To recollection. Ring of intellect and thought. Items as part of its right. Worship the ancient nameless god. Can we use that? The broken path. Press the tip of a talon hard against their cheekbone to the point of drawing blood. Perform this act nightly for 49 days, 7 days after which the scar will forever mark them. Oh. To endure intense heat, permit the bear to withstand fire, flame remain harmed. Don't offer protection against the basilisk. Mutation field. Relieves the discomfort caused by incurable ailments. Eyes. Items. The forests enable one to enter the minds of lesser creatures. Hard to come by, should not be carelessly. Spell melancholy. Less unrecognized. Amplifies sounds. Soul. I don't know if I have what this wants. Reverse the effects of the black. Skilled hand required to perform procedure. Drawing card from a dried seed pod of a make the god in his non-human form heavier than they look. Head. Kindle romantic interests. It's a literal compass. Cool. To the inner mind. Different properties. Enter a meditative state. Bypass the rush and clutter of consciousness. Fix against insanity. This could be. I don't know. Age. Used by horticulturalists, encourage stubborn plants to thrive. Change with the weather. Usually quite cold, warm and tingly to the touch while it is raining. Dampen sound. Single stone set in bronze gives totems. Their way. Curious pulse can be found where its power concentrates. Maybe this? The voice of Keranos? The chest opens to reveal a golden totem. I can't imagine who would have stashed it here or why, but it doesn't look like they're coming back for it anytime soon. It's a kitty cat! Have another kitty cat. Sure, you can go there. Oh, apparently I didn't realize, you know, there was actually something that said voice. You know, voice. It's weird that voice didn't show up in the appendix or the index as well. That's weird. I don't know if it's saved or not. I don't know how often it's saved. Oh, in case you don't like spooters, there's this spooter toggle. Yeah, anyways. So I have a DBD in half an hour, so it's gonna be that time where I take an extended break for food, everyone. 'Cause yeah, DVD in half an hour, alright? Extended break for food. I will see you all later.